What it do? What it do? Y'all already know what time it is. It's 5 o'clock. It's the first Monday of 2021. And I don't know why I feel like this is an epic time, but we got Shaq made the beat. What up, Shaq?
What's up? What's up, man?
Look, I just said we dropping you in and you popping in and he popped through. And this is the first Monday after the New Year's. How you feeling, bruh?
I'm alright. I'm chilling. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Jezebel, how you feeling?
What up, what up, what up? I'm lit. I'm
Listen,
still lit, y'all.
I'm not
Ow.
I'm not gonna lie. Based on your um actions on Instagram and Facebook, your stories, you're definitely lit because you have been doing nothing but traveling. You have been in my city, their city, his city, shoe city. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Man,
Yo,
it feels good. It's refreshing. I'm mad we didn't get the link. I had to be in and out. But you know, I'll be back down there hopefully in a couple of months. If
man,
not,
your frequent fly miles is going crazy. So
yeah.
look, Shaq, over the weekend, when the New Year ball dropped, the shit, so to speak, hit the fan. Did you hear what happened with all the artists' music on Spotify?
Yeah.
Hold on, what happened? Tell me more.
It's gone.
Let me tell you what happened, young. Young. Young.
You old as shit. They talk about young.
Hey, Mo. Hey,
Yeah.
Mo. Niggas' music got taken down. There was no warnings. There
But
was
why?
no meeting. There was no memo sent out. Just pow, gone. Artists' profiles, pow, gone. What in the fudge was happening over the weekend? Young. Let me tell y'all what was happening over the weekend. All the while, artists were sleeping and slumbering and posted their links and sharing their singles. A Thief in the Night came along. A Thief in the Night came along and took 750,000 songs off of Spotify Play and their platform.
A thief?
They deleted the music. Now here is why I say A Thief in the Night. DistroKid, after 2 days, 48 hours, artists trying to figure out where my music, what the fuck is going on? DistroKid sends out a memo saying, we removed artists' music for a term called stream fraud. They also said that artists are getting tricked into buying fake marketing and promotion, and or here's the kicker, playing their music on repeat.
Ain't Glizzy.
Well, I do see people do that.
So,
Or they'll play it on everybody's phone or device.
this is where things get a little tricky to me. Let me give you a little 411 here, right? Before we get into that, Spotify comes back and say it wasn't them. It was one service called DistroKid. Now, why is this an interesting piece of evidence or a compelling piece of evidence Spotify has thrown into the game? Because only artists who dropped with DistroKid music was taken off. Dun dun dun.
Hold on, you said only artist music That's with DistroKid was affected.
That is correct. That's where it gets sketchy. Can someone cue the dun dun dun? So here's what I'm saying. Spotify is a platform that knows every single artist on there thrives off of two things: playlist placing and promotion and marketing. That's the only way that you're going to survive on there. They have a system set up in place for these things. Word on the street has it. My cousin told me, and his cousin told him, and his friend told him, and he heard it from this guy down the street, and that guy down the street overheard somebody talking about it in the office, right? That DistroKid going broke. DistroKid knows that, let's say an artist makes 100,000 streams, DistroKid is supposed to pay that artist, I said, $400. Why is DistroKid paying that $400? Because that's how much they agreed that those amount of streams would be paid out in the payouts, right? So now let's just take, for instance, all these marketing companies that has popped up since COVID. Everyone is in the house promoting their music and trying to figure out a new way to get their music out, because let's just face it, the old way of getting your music out was paying to get into the clubs, paying the DJs. You know what I'm saying? It's always been pay to play or you stay. So for them to say that it was because of paid scam marketing is why artists were kicked off, well, why is half of the guy? Why didn't I wake up and see Spotify's platform completely fucking blank? I don't expect to see any artists on there now.
So would it only affected specific artists or a group of artists, or like how did they pinpoint who it would affect if we still seeing artists?
When I say this, I don't want anyone listening to think I'm saying poor in the sense of finances, but it only affected the poor artists. No, listen, it was like, yo, these niggas, and pardon my French if you white, but we all niggas. They said these niggas are about to be as rich as the damn artist that's on the scene. If a regular nigga who got some money behind himself or understands some knowledge that says, shit, I get 1 million streams a month, I'm bringing in $4,000, boom, and I only got to pay $2,500. A hustling ass nigga is gonna say, bam, sign me up right now, market the shit out of my music, right? Now, that's what the fuck we're gonna do as hustlers, and that's what the industry's gonna do. They have a marketing team that's gonna say, boom, how much you putting behind an artist? Bam, all right, that's gonna get you this much back. You know what I'm saying? So now DistroKid doesn't want to pay these numbers. Doesn't want to pay these fees, because at the end of the day, damn, you got to pay half. You got to pay 750,000 songs, almost. Let's just keep it a cool $1,000. You got to pay all 750,000. One of them, that's $7 million that you owe people.
Wait, hold on, double back, because I lost you on when you said 750,000.
750,000 songs was taken off. If all those songs was owed $1,000.
Oh yeah, I get it.
They just said, nah, they faking. They fake streams. We're gonna just they playing their songs on repeat. No, we're not gonna pay them. We're just gonna take their music offline. A quick that sounds like a good way to take to make $7 million. So this is my question. What is playing your song on repeat? What artist does not play their music all day, every day? Shaq, you drop a song. Do you play it?
After I release it, I don't listen to it no more.
Do you tell other people to listen to it?
Yeah. I don't listen to it. It's out there. I don't.
Do you play it for other people though?
Yeah.
So, but obviously, when you're in the house, you're not playing it over and listening to it and vibing on yourself.
Nah.
So, like, cause you are a producer, so you make a lot of like beat CDs and stuff like that, right? Track CDs, right?
Yeah.
So now, do you expect one of your fans to enjoy your project and say, "Shit, I want to play this on repeat all day"?
Yeah.
Now, what happens when you get a letter in the mail or in your email from DistroKid telling you, and you know you never paid for promotional marketing, let's just put you in that category. Yeah. Let's just say you get a letter saying you have been kicked off because your shit is being played on repeat.
That's
what in the fuck? You feel me? I'm like, what? Now when you market, now what Spotify is telling you that you have to say when you market your shit is mom, dad, friends, and family. I know you like my shit, but play some Drake in between, please. You know what I'm saying? Play some Wayne in between.
Where you gonna see like what DistroKid, like what they gonna do now? Like what's
so that's a great question, Shaq, because I've been asking myself that all weekend. What is DistroKid gonna do? Let's be real. DistroKid has shifted the blame already to Spotify.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. Now, with that memo that they sent out, Spotify is not about to send out a memo saying we didn't take your music down. You know why? Because Spotify doesn't even know. Like, this think about how Spotify, the only person that can take your music down is your distribution site. Is a person that distributes it, that puts it up there in the first place. So if Spotify takes your music down, you're doing marketing and mass marketing, and Apple Music not taking your music down, and Napster's not taking your music down, and all these other sites are not taking your music down, then you got to really ask yourself, what's the question? And like I said, you just ducked $7 million, and now it's been speculated that you're broke. So how is it going to average out when you have all these artists paying you yearly subscriptions? Well, Shaq, artists are not going to pay you yearly subscriptions no more. Artists are going to find out that my counters at TuneCore, my counters at CD Baby, my counters at United Masters, their music wasn't taken down. And artists talk. You know what I'm saying? And artists know. If you running the campaign on your music, or you running the campaign on your stuff right there, you know what a campaign looks like. You know what I'm saying? So when you see another artist's campaign, you like, well, what the fuck? They took my shit down. He doing the same shit. Hell, what if you know an artist? What if you know an artist specifically that you working with, and y'all together, and he drops his on this, and you drop yours on that, and the next day all your music is gone, and his is on there still. Now you're hip, like, oh shit, who you with? Why I'm going where you at. Your music ain't down. You know what I'm saying? So it's common sense what's about to happen. The days of DistroKid are numbered. This move right here has single-handedly killed my favorite distributor.
All right, so DistroKid's gone. What's the next move like a artist or a producer should make after that?
All right, so
and where does it go? First of all, because you know about DistroKid. You know you got the little vault and all that. So everything you release, they really have access to it.
Nah. So like the thing about it is that vault is for everything that people we got to get out of the mentality. I was just telling one of my friends earlier, right? When you brought up in the streets, it takes a transition mentally to understand I can't be roughed. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't be taken, my shit can't be taken. So you understand that vault is there now for your credentials. You go in there and you fucking download everything out of there because you probably don't have it no more. You know what I'm saying? You download all that metadata. You get your ISRC codes and you leave them. You take them to another company. And you get all you artists, you get all your numbers back. Every number you did, they're gonna all come back because they can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not gonna sit up here and say who's gonna pay you because a new distribution company is not gonna pay you for old streams. So every artist is definitely gonna be out of those streams because They're just not paying them.
Damn, I didn't even realize how fucking serious that shit is. Like
No,
you
like
lost as an artist. Can they sue DistroKid for that?
I've heard that word thrown around. And of course, you got to have firepower, and that lawsuit will last them for days. But the damage is already done to a lot of art. Listen, this is what I said. A lot of artists retired Saturday morning. And it's sad. It's sad, bro, because imagine this, right? Before COVID, we didn't have any access or knowledge. You feel me? There's still artists out here that you would think is doing major numbers, flossing, and you would be like, damn, they ain't doing no numbers. You know what I'm saying? And then you like, oh shit, you finally start making some headway. COVID happens and you get an inbox in your Instagram, you get an inbox in your email, you know what I'm saying? Promoting your Spotify. Let's promote your Spotify. You're watching all these videos on YouTube. You need to promote your music. You need to promote, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, these are all the commercials that are flashed before. Man. You feel me? This is what's happening, right? This is what artists are up against. So artists at home, they're getting stimulus checks, they're getting money back from their unemployments and shit like that. And they're like, I need to figure out a way to make some money. Let me do this marketing thing. This makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And then to be told, damn, nah, now that's another brick wall that an artist hits. And an artist that doesn't have understanding or knowledge or don't have any way to research or don't know how or don't have the right people behind them, to them, that's like, damn, all my music gone. I'm done.
Here's my next question. So is it affecting just those artists that's with DistroKid or anybody
Yes.
who use those marketing services? Period.
See, that's the thing. It's only affecting the artists that are with DistroKid.
Okay.
And listen, people. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing about me. I practice what I preach, right? So everything that I tell y'all on my show, on here with Jezebel, everything that we say on Boss Biz Radio, we go is like a living experience. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not gonna sit up here and cap to everybody and tell everybody that, look, yo, I can get you this, and I know this, and I know this, and I'm moving like this, and blue woo woo, and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna tell artists, make sure you have your publishing and make sure you have your writer side, and I'm living off of it, and I'm getting up and going to work at Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna walk into a fine establishment and see me working there. And when you do, you know that I have given up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like when you have knowledge and you don't want to use it, you have given up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you straight up, like, these are things that I'm doing. I'm marketing my music too. However, when I tell you I don't like United Masters, it's obvious because I'm distributing music through United Masters. When I tell you TuneCore is cool, it's obvious I'm distributing music through TuneCore. You know what I'm saying? And when I tell you, hey, try this, I'm doing that. I'm with DistroKid. However, I still have music with all of these sites. As like Shaq said, it's in the vault. So we don't take music down from old stores. We just collect from all the stores. You know what I'm saying? We collect from all the distributors. I get paid from 3 different distributors. You know what I'm saying? No, 4 different distributors. You know? And all of them, I market my music the same exact way. And only my latest projects through DistroKid were taken down. Mind you, what's fucked up is, Jezebel, I've been doing this for 2 years. Everyone else is just getting hip to it. You know what I'm saying? Everyone else, but shit, guess what? The label been doing it since the beginning of time. They always had their way. So we ask ourselves, what is fake promotion? Is that something new being made? Is that something to pull wool over the eyes of the new age artists, because mind you, all of these artists every artist from 2019 and now are baby bloomers. And right now, 2020, they started just walking. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like real life, right? With parents, like our parents were hawks over us. They was trying to make sure we didn't get kidnapped. You know what I'm saying? Now we more like a days ago, like we don't let our kids go outside, and when they do, it's like, hey, don't go over there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck it, we ain't about to go. You know what I'm saying? So now look at it like that. Like the newer parents, they like, shit, I don't know where the kid is. Mm-hmm. So that's how all these new artists are. They babies. You know what I'm saying? And their parents, don't nobody know where they at. They just out here dropping music. They signing up with United Masses. They signing up with DistroKid because you can't you pull up on YouTube. If you go on YouTube and you watch any song, the next commercial is gonna be high. You want to be a rapper? She say you're ready. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing on your Instagram. You can't even watch a story, a twerk video without them jumps. They trying to turn you into a rapper. You know what I'm saying? And so now all these niggas like, wait a minute, shit. Listen, true story, right? Mm-hmm. I had an artist. That's a rewind, right? I had a manager. He had 3 artists signed to him. Mm-hmm. He said, I want to get them popping. I'm ready for them to take over the world. You know what I'm saying? He say, look, walk me through it. I say, all right, cool. This what you need. You need to first get your publishing. Because if you're about to sign these artists, you need a way to sell the music. So you got to have your publishing deal. So you sign your publishing company, right? Then next, you in America, sign up as a writer, because as a producer, you still can get credits for the songs as a writer. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, oh, word. I said, yeah. So you want to make sure that you register in them, and you register in you, and you register in them under your pub company, so that y'all make sure y'all get 100% of your money. And I'm breaking it down. So I'm like, so you think about it like this: you got 100% for you, 100% for him, 100% for her. That's 100% for all 4 y'all. That means all y'all eating. You know what I'm saying? Look, I tell him, I say, get your DistroKid, drop the music. You know what I'm saying? And you get with a marketing company, and you start promoting and marketing your music and stuff like that. And you boom, you run it up. Your SEO do the work. You make the music. Your SEO do the hard, dirty work for you. So he says to me, bet. I swear to y'all on this lighter, the next week, this nigga was hitting me up like, yeah, fuck them artists. I'm a rapper now. Yeah. I did everything you said. I'm ready to get this money. I say, ho, bro, you 50.
I mean, who said there's an age to talent?
Nah, that's inappropriate. You got to understand something. At a certain point in the game, your true nature kicks in. And if you are managing artists, and now you were managing them blindly, mind you, you were just thinking of it like, oh man, I'm gonna get a couple of bucks to do a couple of shows, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna take some money and boo, and we're gonna blow up, and we're gonna be the next QC. You know what I'm saying? That's what everybody think. They're gonna be the next big thing, right? No. But then you find out that you have an opportunity to really cash in, and you say, nah, I'm gonna do this on myself. Now, everyone understand me on this. I said last year when we were back in the station before COVID, I said talent does not matter anymore. And a lot of people was like, oh, well, you saying you don't have talent and woo woo woo. I'm like, did I ever fucking say I don't have talent? I said talent doesn't matter anymore. And when you're in the era of pretty much clicks and crews, and now it's like the high school is online now. You know what I'm saying? And when you get on that bitch, you can't be like, oh, I was fake. Like in real life, you could be like, I'm famous as shit when in school. I was this shit in school, and when I was coming up in college or around my way, everybody loved me. But then your Instagram or your Facebook is not resembling that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, this nigga ain't popping. This nigga not famous. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part is we in that world now. So what we gonna do as real life people trying to navigate, as artists trying to navigate in that? Because as artists, we gotta first be people, right? And the sad thing is, I don't know no artist that's the real him.
And what do you mean? Like, actually, what he rap about is really what he is?
Nah. Like honestly, most artists, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, you know what I'm saying?
I can't with you today.
Their music is a reflection of things that they really want to express and can't.
Okay.
You know, it's like if you sit and you hold a conversation with me, I'm gonna sit there all day long and probably joke around and have a good time, and we're gonna talk. You know what I'm saying? And of course, if you're in whatever setting you in, you're gonna adjust and adapt to that setting. You know what I'm saying? But let's just be real. In my music, and most artists' music, that's our escape. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, the real me is in my music.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
it's like if you really want to know, like, what was I going through after I got shot? Well, I wrote about it. You know what I'm saying? But if you ask me, I'm like, shit, I was good. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing. It was all right. I went through it. I dealt with it. I'm alive. That's what we always say. I'm alive. But in my music, I real life talk about how I went through trust issues and how how I contemplated retiring from music and just becoming like the biggest underground boss there ever was. You know, because mentally there was a lot of things that went through my mind when I got shot. You know, it was like, damn, a nigga get shot for a cell phone, and I survived. Niggas tried to rob me for nothing, so I might as well have everything. You know,
got a story to tell.
so yeah, but of course, when I'm Sixxcess, that's when I'm more comfortable with talking about this stuff. You know, because K-Ron is really one of those loners. You know, I talk to a few of my friends all day long on the phone, but realistically, I'm a loner. You know what I'm saying? Ride around for hours by myself. Yeah, but I know how to keep the party going when I'm in Sixxcess mode. And the beauty is like I've spent most of my time trying to erase K-Ron. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like the shy, afraid, and violent because you don't know who to trust person. And I realized that at some point you got to get in business. You can't be street. You know what I'm saying? Like it's only one thing that the streets can really take to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the thing that was crazy to me is I had a friend of mine, my producer, he broke down to me. He said, really, business is like high school. And you have to think of it like that when you're doing this music and when you're moving in this world. And it's all about who do you choose to be. You know what I'm saying? You already know the kid with the hoodie on and sitting in the back of the class, he gonna get looked at all day long. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna think that he's a troublemaker and they're gonna want to know what's going on. Of course, the cheerful group, they're gonna be the cheerleaders. You know, they're gonna always be the fan club. And those gonna be your friend, the ones that's always loud, never doing anything, but they're gonna always be cheering. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. And then you got your people that's gonna try to go out their way to stand out and do what they gotta do to be in the next level. The jocks you got your jocks that's gonna be on that team to win the championship. You got your jocks that's gonna be on that team to just get some girls. You got a jock that's gonna be on that team because his mama said make some friends. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, why are we all doing this? And like what's crazy is that's what I really wanted to focus on and tell artists today. Why are we doing this? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting because a lot of things that happen in our life as real people prepares us for a lot of the things that you're going to go through as an artist. You're going to go through a lot of distrust. You're going to go through a lot of like hurt days and hurt emotions and swayed emotions and changed feelings and disappointments and things like that. And as an artist, for real, you going to experience these things 24/7, 365. As a real person, you get to escape from these things from time to time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this pressure is mounting and I need a break.
Yep.
I need a vacation. I need to take a day off. You know what I'm saying? But as an artist, and like for real, I don't care what level, I don't care if you drop one song, no songs, or a million songs. The minute that you put your mind to saying, I want to be an artist and I want to do something, and I'm not talking about just music, I'm talking about acting, I'm talking about painting and drawing, I'm talking about being in a band, playing a musician, I'm talking about being an athlete. You know what I'm saying? Anything where the normal lifestyle or pattern has to be altered for it, you putting yourself out there all the time, full blown emotions out there all the time, and you're vulnerable. So you have to focus on the whys because it's easy to get thrown off when you like, damn, why am I doing this? A lot of artists make the biggest mistake of focusing on the how.
Instead of the why.
Yep. Because the thing about it is, if I want to be the best artist in the world, I know I have to make the music. That means get in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Now, after I get in the studio, I know I have to perform said music. You know? Now, there's something when I'm performing this music that I've already recorded, there's something in me that's saying I'm ready to be the best in the world. Now, for you to be the best, it's not a you thing, you know?
Yeah.
So the hows are irrelevant because these are things that you have to do. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But it's not a you thing. So you have to remember, why am I doing this? I want to be the best in the world. So that means that you have to take that same show on the road with no responses because you're talking about the world. You know what I'm saying? And no matter what, you're just waiting for other people to say you're the best in the world. And as long as you're focusing on that why, I won't stop until I'm the best in the world, no matter how it has to happen.
That's some real shit though.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, a lot of people like, how, I gotta find, and I gotta do this, and then I gotta do that. I'm like, look, yo, these are things that they had to do. You know what I'm saying? But like we said last week, what you want to do, somebody else is going to do, and you're going to still be asking yourself the hows. Like everybody keep, like I said, Jay-Z ain't the best in the world because he raps the best, but he the best in the world because he sat down and learned the business. I love the business, but the business got real tricky this weekend. No, listen, the business got real tricky this weekend. So, Jezebel,
Yes.
it's a new year. Shack the music, man. It's a new year. What y'all trying to do this year, man? Epic. Like, and don't give me no unepic answer. Like, I know y'all have thought, what epic are y'all trying to do this year?
Well, a lot of my plans I really have to keep to myself. Unfortunately, I would love to share everything, but one of my New Year resolutions was to talk less this year, because I've had some hiccups along the way. So what I learned is sometimes you don't have to put everything on display. But what I will say is, I don't know. I don't want to give you it's going to be a great year. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop.
Yeah,
I'm just excited because I'm like, I don't know. I only see up from here, and especially with COVID making shit even harder, to see people, me, anyone get through this, and you're doing better a little bit during this hard time. Like, it can only fucking go up from here. That's all I want to say.
Now, like, it's crazy because it's interesting. It's interesting, Shaq. I'm gonna ask you the same question in a second. But the when you said talk less, that's what I've been preaching since the ball dropped. It's like I don't want to share anything as far as what or how, the processes anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy because we both have a show in which we talk about the processes, right? But like me, I don't know if talking about the process is what's helping artists as opposed to talking about the successes of it and the things that are happening. Because I think that an artist would rather hear, hey, look, man, I just bought a new car. Okay, hey, cool, sweet. They like that YouTube shit. I just bought dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? And like,
now, how did you get that car?
No, they don't even want no how. They tuned in when you like, ooh, when you're showing out. So like, that's what I'm learning. Like, I don't want to say too much hows, but I am going to do a lot more bragging this year.
I was like,
I want my role. Listen, like, look,
you're too fucking humble.
I don't want to be humble this year.
Not this year.
What you plan on doing? What you got going on this year, man? What you want to accomplish this year?
For real, like y'all just said though, like talk less. Like really, because I got like plans, but keep it under wraps.
You working on some projects?
Yeah. That's really the main goal, man. Like put out more music, man, and stop.
So look, let me ask you a producer question. What artists you want to work with?
Like, is anybody out there?
Yeah.
Like list or like top?
Give me like 5. 3. Give me 3. Give me 3.
Kanye.
Everybody want to work with Kanye. Give me some new artists. Give me some new blood.
Like a producer or like a rapper? Like
whatever.
Either or.
I want to work with Kendrick.
Okay.
Kendrick.
That nigga like fuck these young niggas for real.
He trying though. He's trying.
Now, so you want to work with some lyrical motherfuckers?
Yeah, like Kendrick, like
J. Cole.
I would
work with J. Cole?
Dreamville and Currency. That's about it.
What about ASAP?
Now I don't like. I'm 25. I don't listen to none of the new rap shit. I don't listen to it.
You don't listen to what?
I don't listen
to new rap.
None of the new. Hey, are we allowed to curse on
here? Yeah, shit.
Like, I don't listen to that new shit. Like I don't listen to it.
What about you don't listen to none of the King Von stuff, none of that stuff, like no drill stuff, none of the NBA Youngboy?
Listen to his music, like
Lil Durk.
He passed away. It's only one song, like the Lord. But other than that, nah.
Young, it's crazy.
Like Rhapsody or
I'm like real, like lyrical and like chill. Like,
you heard of Rhapsody, the female rapper Rhapsody?
Yeah, she's all right.
What about Tierra Whack?
She's whack.
No, that's what my wife said. I was like, yeah, y'all lunch it.
It's like corny cartoon rap. Like I don't want to hear it.
So like honestly, listen, that was my favorite. That was my favorite style when I first started, that cartoon rap stuff, that like animated, like trying to paint a picture that you can vividly see.
And Rico Nasty.
Nasty?
You want to work with Rico Nasty?
Yes.
And you just want to say somebody from DMV?
No. Like I like because she's not like, unless she'll sit in front of y'all and say, "Hey, I'm from the DMV," you wouldn't know. and that's what I like. Like you could tell when somebody's from DMV, like they're a DMV artist, because they all sound the same.
Man, nah, honestly, what's crazy is what artists you would never work with. I asked another producer that, and are you interested in? Are you trying to get a deal?
Never worked with 6ix9ine.
Everybody says 6ix9ine. That's a billboard though. That's a guaranteed billboard.
Facts.
Just like the young rappers, I would never want to like work with them.
Because you don't want them to come in the club shooting. Come in the studio.
But what is it? Like you say you like people that's just rapping about something. Is that why you wouldn't do like so you're not really a trap rap? No.
I used to like it, but nah.
But like
you inviting that energy. You having a studio session with them niggas coming in and you know what I'm saying?
What's crazy is, remember this, so let's go back to the beginning what I said. Well, not even the beginning, like what I said like 10, 15 minutes ago. No rapper is rapping about how they really feel. Would you rather hear one of these rappers say, at 10 years old, I was scared under the bed when they came driving by my block? I mean,
yeah,
but their fans like to hear what they became after hearing that shit. Their fans already know that. You know what I'm saying? They don't want the world to know that I was scared at this point. They don't want the world to know that there are things that scare me. They want to see the rap game is a game where, for real, you get the rappers that want to feel invincible and put themselves on that platform, and you get the rappers who just sit back and chill and make the music and shit like that, right? But none of these, all the new rappers that come out like that are not the ones that we're talking about right now. We're only talking about the rappers who coming out talking about the body they caught and
because that's mostly what we hear. I mean, that's what's Front Street promoted. I'm trying to think. It's a song recently that I heard, and it was somebody they actually was telling a story, and I was surprised. So I'm gonna remember this conversation, and I'm gonna try to remember who it was. But yeah, outside of because what you're talking about is like songs like Brenda Had a Baby, right?
Yeah, Brenda Had a Baby was a good song.
But you're talking about new artists that's doing something like that.
He talk about something like that damn Kendrick Lamar song. I was eating sandwiches or some shit like that. I mean, yeah. I mean, like, yeah, that's all like I like that type of music. You know what I'm saying? And I think that I tell artists one thing for sure. The artists that make that kind of music always outsell the artists that make the trap music, but the artists that make the trap music always put out more content. Why? And do you know why, Shot?
Nah.
You know why, Jezebel?
Because it's easy. I guess they have more current stuff to talk about. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Life. The trap niggas are living life every day, while the studio rappers are pretty much sheltered, and their careers are nurtured. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they'll go on tour for 2 years with one album, and then come back and drop another one. And the reason why they go on tour for 2 years is because they're building fresh content. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at an artist that may have come up like a J. Cole. He may have come up in a rough time, in a rough place. You know what I'm saying? But because he stayed away from that, he's not gonna really talk about that too much. You know what I'm saying? And the fact of we're like talking about your life, we've heard it. So now we rather talk about everything else. Like what else now? So they have to build content, life issues, things that give them lyrical content to talk about, as opposed to these trap rappers. Every day they make a new song. You know what I'm saying? I made a sale. It was fly as hell. You know what I'm saying? Then the next day I'm in the mall and I'm about to ball. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck. They make so every day is a song. Plus they really understand the game now. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like it's all about, nigga, if you sign away your publisher and the nigga tell you just give me music, feed me. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Like I said, when I first got with Sony, I was giving them 10 songs a day. To this day, I don't know where them 10 songs at. Have I heard little pieces of every song and in music today? Of course I have. Let me tell y'all a true story. In 2009, I sat down with DJ Gemini and a couple of other DJs at KYS and PGC, right? And they was like, play us your new album, play us what you working on. And at that time, I was working on a bunch of new music, right? And I was working with this producer out of Baltimore named Mr. Lee, you know, and he was like, let's put auto-tune on everything you rap, bro. And I was like, nobody does that. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah. He was like, right, no one does it, but your voice will be perfect for it. Just rap straight, and we're gonna put auto-tune on it. Went to them, played all these 6 songs. You know what I'm saying? This is the first thing they said to me. Rappers don't use auto-tune, bro. You gotta be a singer to use auto-tune. And I was like, young, nah, this is like gonna be the new thing. You know what I'm saying? No cap. You know what I'm saying? This is no cap, y'all. This is a real life story. You feel me? I'm in there. They tell me rappers will never rap with auto-tune. Fucking 5 years later, all the rappers are rapping with auto-tune. And I'm not talking about the Kanye West 808 shit. I'm talking about rapping with auto-tune. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the game is weird. I gave a lot of music to Sony when I was working with them. You know what I'm saying? Half of those songs, who knows where they are. You know?
So how you feeling about Clubhouse? You said you hate it. I want to know exactly why you
hate Clubhouse. Shaq, you on Clubhouse?
No, I hate it.
Look, young. That junk is like school.
How you hate it and you ain't on it?
Look, this how I used to sit in class. And that's how I feel like sitting when I'm in Clubhouse. No, like I be jumping from groups to groups. You know what I'm saying? I seen a couple of the groups that you were in with the podcasters and stuff like that, right? And like my thing is this, young. half of those people on there are done. They're not doing nothing right now. You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to use their resume to on Clubhouse to like boost why they should have the floor. And I don't like that sitting in the audience joint. You know what I'm saying? Like
you gotta raise your hand.
Yeah.
And they'll bring you up.
Yeah, I peep.
Or they might just bring you up depending on.
Yeah, I peep you gotta raise your hand and all that good stuff. But I'm like, man, this is too much for me to come in here and get the damn what is it called, the spirit stick they give you when you have the floor and shit to say your piece. And like I be hearing I heard one of the guys on the jump say something the other day, and I was like, okay, this is a good question. I want to hear how these labels answer it. You know what I'm saying? And the guy was in the joint getting mad as shit because they wasn't answering his question. You know what I'm saying? He was like, but what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? And so they hit him with the look, Kev, bruh, you got to keep it short. There's other people in here, you know? And he's like, yeah, but if I'm wasting y'all time, let me know. Y'all ain't even got to answer my question. Y'all ain't even got to answer it if I'm wasting y'all time. And I'm sitting there like, okay, now this is good. You know what I'm saying? This is interesting. So pretty much he asked, his question was, how do we determine the budget when we're a new artist? And or how do you determine the budget for a new artist that you're managing when you're trying to break them? And all of the labels, first of all, they grilled them so much because, first of all, let me tell you what happens on Clubhouse. And let me tell y'all, everybody that's watching this show, stop damn lying. Because people that know the shits know the shits. So he starts off by saying that he's managing all these artists and he's at this label and he has all these credits, and he goes into saying how he's worked with major labels and they just cut the check. You know, he's like, Every time I'm with the major labels, they just cut the check. They just throw the money at me. But now I'm signing my own artists, and I want to know how to do it because I don't want to just throw money at them like the labels did me. And I got all these artists signed to me. So how do I go about judging which budget is for who? You know? So they answer it in several different forms. One says, well, you put them on on shows. You get them on the road, you get them in front of people, you test their demographics and you test their numbers, and then you see how much they're bringing in, and then you set their budget based on how much revenue you're generating. So he was like, all right, cool, that's cool. So another guy said, well, another way you can do it without having to go out is you create a weekly content. And that way you'll be able to generate what the people are listening to for your artists and how they're looking at them and stuff like that. And then you can determine how much money you need to put into that artist because you'll know where you need to put the money. So then another guy says, well, Kev, how many people do you manage, Kev? That's where shit got real for Kev. Kev says, well, I manage one, but I'm looking at a few.
Oh, no. I thought he said all these artists.
He said, wait, Kev. What you mean you manage one, but you're looking at a few? Well, yeah. I wanted to know, what I was getting into before, I actually signed up the next, 3, maybe 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? Before I signed them up, I wanted to know, what should I do? And he was like, well, Kev, honestly, what you should do is be focusing on your portfolio.
I
said, well, damn, Kev.
Damn.
You should have just came out at being 100. But because you think you got a fly-ass goddamn backdrop in your picture and your little bio says you Grammy nominated or whatnot, that we was going to believe the cat. And you believe the niggas wasn't going to pull you on it, but you got.
That's hilarious.
Man, so I don't like it. I don't like listening to people just talk. Now, what's crazy is I hope people like listening to me talk. But I like to be the one talking.
Why didn't you start your own room?
I do want to start my own room, but I'm afraid that people won't want to. I'm afraid that people are going to want to get in there and ask me questions that they're not going to want to really utilize or know. And I don't want people in there capping. I want people to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing wrong. Listen, people, it's nothing wrong with getting no streams. It's nothing wrong with getting no shows. The question is, how can we get that to happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, I did open mics. Of course, if I'm in a new city, in a new town, and somebody send me a open mic that's lit, I might want to pop out and perform at it. That's the eye of the tiger. You know what I'm saying? So I don't dog open mics. I don't dog showcases. All I say is, artists, make sure you get paid. What does that mean? You should be with BMI. You should be with ASCAP. You should be registering all of your shows because you don't want to never feel like you're doing this shit for nothing. Because I know how it feels to be doing this for nothing. My first 3 years, well, nope, I'm capping. I started in 2009. I didn't get my first damn real check from ASCAP until 2017. That check was for $1.11. And guess what? I felt like I had cracked the code. I was like, damn! Hey, look at
$1.
Nah, you don't do that. That's not how you do it. That's not how you cap. You cap by saying, I got my ASCAP check. You don't tell nobody how much it was. That's not nobody's business. But now y'all know my first ASCAP check was $1.11. You know what I'm saying? Okay. My next check after that was another $1.11. So you know what I was saying to myself? I was like, damn, I'm only worth $1.11. You know what I'm saying? But then I started touring with an artist who was ASCAP, and he was getting a little bit more. Actually, he was getting like $100. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him how, and he told me how, and I called ASCAP, and I gave that story a while ago. Last week, I gave that story, and it started gradually going into the thousands, and
I have a question. So, why do artists wait to get paid for shows instead of investing their own money in their own show and paying themselves?
All right, so that's a double-sided coin, right? Artists don't feel like they have access to venues. A regular up-and-coming artist does not know how to go to a club owner and talk to him and negotiate a deal.
But a lot of what about the managers? That isn't that why they have managers?
Now let's just be again. Let's double-sided coin because most of the niggas managers are their friends who don't know the business, who just supporting their mans. So unless you
I provide
know,
those. So
yeah, and see,
I'm
like,
trying to get the shit popping because I'm like, I see a lot of people like, yeah, I ain't performing unless I get paid for a show. And I'm like, but you can really just organize your own show, put your own money in it, and possibly double or triple your money since you're so hot.
but so like, it's two ways that artists have. Let me give artists the formula of how to put your own concept together. First of all, this is the biggest thing. It's your content. Depending on your content determines how wide of a variety you can do or how small. If you're one of those like trap drill artists, I'm sorry, you have to do step one. Step one is going out to clubs and instead of geeking to perform, look for the guy. He's usually a little Habibi or something like that. Bald head. Sometimes got on. No, sometimes he got on a button-up shirt with the top button unbuttoned. The top two buttons are usually unbuttoned. And if it's an upscale joint, he has on the tightest shirt with the top two buttons unbuttoned. And he doesn't have a bald head. His is slicked back. And he's normally walking behind the bar and around everybody, seeing if everybody's having a good time. But you find that guy. That is the moment when you get to perform the best magic trick ever. And you say these words to this said person. I can fill this place up. Give me one day. There, the table is set because he's going to look at you and say, what day do you want? And you're gonna say, the first thing that you're going to say as an artist, I already know, is, shit, give me a Friday or Saturday and I can fill this bitch up. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Already.
Go for a Tuesday, a Thursday, or a Sunday. But don't go for a Monday and don't go for a Wednesday. Don't go for hump day, ever. Don't go for Monday and don't go for Wednesday.
Can a producer do the same thing?
Exactly, a producer can. A producer actually has a bigger power if you have a lot of artists that you're working with. Then you can put together your own concert series. And that way now, if all those artists can just bring out 10 people, you've already won the night. And that's what I tell producers, that you have to stop. You have to think outside the box. A lot of producers will hit up a person and say, "Look, I got beats for $100. I got beats for $50. I got beats for $200." And I tell every producer that is the worst way to go at an artist. Like, at the end of the day, do you want an artist to be in your inbox? Give me $50, I rap on your track. Give me $100, I rap on your track. And what if that artist says to you, you need me? The track ain't gonna be nothing without me. I can go on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easier to say, yo, I like you. I think your music is dope. Let's do a project together. That artist gonna say, if he really about his shit, he gonna be like, bet. Now you're gonna be like, because you're a producer and you got your shit together, let's do a 7-song project. I distribute it, we'll distribute it, however that work. And bam, we both got our PROs, we registered it, and we go. Now you got that one artist under your belt, you got your credits, you got your producer credits, and now when his album is done, that's your business card. You know what I'm saying? It's like shit. You hear that new album I just finished? I just finished John's album. Boom. That shit doing numbers. John hitting shows. Boom. Now you getting paid for John doing shows. You know what I'm saying? As a producer, he hitting the shows. You getting paid sitting at home, working on with the next artist. And now that artist is going to be another business card. And then you get those 2 or 3 artists together, and you really want to get 5 to 10 artists in your portfolio. You get those artists together, and now you doing what DJ Khaled doing. You putting your own concerts together, and you telling all those artists, yo, y'all got to sell 10 tickets, man. You got to sell 10 tickets. Or bring out 10 people, you know what I'm saying? Because this our show. Now you to turn a one-man band into a fucking 100 people army. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna always get other artists that want to be put on that's not a part of your umbrella. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is you focusing on your house, because if you do that shit every week and y'all consistent with your concert and y'all bringing that vibe to those people, they're gonna keep on coming back and they're gonna become loyal and they're gonna talk and you're gonna have your vibe and you're never gonna have to worry about anything. So when I say step 2, this is only for artists that have that wide variety, that ain't cussing and all that music and shit like that. Hit up rec centers. Rent the rec centers out. Put your concerts together. Put together your packages. Do free concerts. Hell, give out tickets. Do community concerts. You know what I'm saying? Or sell pre-sale tickets and really get your fans out and things like that. Do showcases to build your fans up and sell tickets, but I don't recommend that. If you're doing your own concert, do not do a showcase before your concert. Don't do an open mic or anything. Do not perform anywhere before your concert. You find your nice practice spot, you practice your set, and you push everything to your concert. When they want to see you perform, the only time they'll see you perform is at your concert, and you do all that footwork on that. You know what I'm saying? Now, step 3. This is again for my artists with a wide variety and a wide range. Schools and colleges. They're always looking for talent to perform concerts for the students and the faculty and all that good stuff. And you offer packages. I went on a school tour, and that school tour we offered to do a tour for all the kids that was on honor roll and perfect attendance. So we went to all the schools and huh? No, like listen, that's what we did. We went to we put the package together and we put this together and we told the schools, look, we want to give y'all a free concert to all your kids that have excelled in school. You know, and the school's gonna say yes, love it, because you ain't gotta be a celebrity. You just gotta know how to make them kids believe you're a celebrity. Now listen, and that's easy because it's all about your work that you put in. If you shooting videos, if you on radio shows and you doing shows, you creating videos and content to create montages. These montages that you are putting together are called commercials, are called promo ads. And these are ads that you give to these schools when you're promoting to them. And these ads run for a week, 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So by the time you get to that school, because every morning doing morning announcements, what have they played? Your videos and your monologue? Because you're a wide variety artist. What happens when you walk into the school? Sixxcess, 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 Sixxcess. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Because you told them that you are. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it works. It's not a hard task to do if you know what you're doing. You feel me? So like artists reach out to the people that own these joints. Now, I don't think that it's dumb for artists to partner up with promoters. You know, but you have to get exclusive promotion through that promoter. If you know a promoter that's popping in your city and you want him to put you on to a show or whatever the case may be, It's nothing wrong with going to that promoter and saying, "Look, I want to make $1,000 or $700 or whatever. How much do I got to put up with you to feature on that night?" You know, and to be quite honest with you, that's just if you just really don't have any juice, no friends, and you one of those people that just know how to meet people, but you don't have anybody in your following. You probably a single kid, not really, or a suburban kid, or you probably a kid that's got trust issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, you can link up with.
Thank you for the info, but I think my question was just more so like I was just trying to understand like why it's not being done right now. You know, like especially
it's lack of knowledge.
Okay.
You know, like I mean, if if you told an artist all you got to do is put your own concert together, they're gonna ask you how. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't make it complicated, they're gonna do it. If you make it complicated, they're gonna ask you to do it for them. You feel me? Which is crazy. Is just like how do you go? So let me ask you, like, do you want to manage artists?
Me?
Yes.
I don't have time.
Do you want to? Do you like? What would you want to do? Like if you had to work with artists on that scale?
Well, me personally, if COVID wasn't in the works, I would want to set up promotion tours for artists.
Right. I remember when you was starting. I remember when you started working on that.
Yeah, and then me, hands everywhere. But yeah, I really wanted to. That's what I would do.
But see, like the promotional tours is genius.
Thing is, we gotta just get out.
Right. Right.
There's a couple of places, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was speaking with an artist and I was just letting him know, like, we can do a consultation. But I was actually giving him more gems because we cool. So I was just telling him, hey, I need you to do this. Once you figure out this part, come back. We'll work. You know what I'm saying? But we can't work until we can get out.
Like,
so, yeah.
You want to know what's crazy? Because, like, if I had to, like, this is the blunt truth. When it comes to putting your own shows together in your city, it costs you nothing. But when you talking about going on that road, you have to do all those shows that you do in your city right, or it can cost you everything.
Exactly.
You know, and that's where a lot of people get lost. Like, say for instance, a friend of mine, he put his own tour together, 6-city tour, and it was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? He drove up and down, but because he didn't manage his business right, by the time he went up north, by the time he got back down south, he was already broke.
Oh yeah, that's why you have to have someone who's well-rounded or knowledgeable or might have the financial backing.
And like let's just put like let's say, and we're gonna definitely talk about this too more off the air, right? But let's just say that you are a promotional tour services, and you're working with. You only want to focus on artists who are, let's just say it for lack of better words, serious artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, artists have to have ASCAP BMI to even show you that they're serious.
Oh yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Artists have to have a track record where it's like, do you have at least an album out? You know, like would not a single, an album, and if you do got a single, like now I really want to know, do you have A, B, and C in order? You know what I'm saying? What are your Instagram numbers looking like? Blah blah blah. Because when you do a promotional tour, those are investments, right? But if all these artists understand everything, then everything comes back 10 times over.
Right.
You raise your credits, you raise your stocks, and it's all about the negotiations that's done with the venues. You know, like what I know artists that get excited about flying from DC to Miami for $200.
Yeah. And that's another thing. They just got to be willing to, it's the money. The money, you got to put in the money. Nothing is free. Sometimes you can, depending on where you go, you might not have to fly. It all depends on.
The thing about it is, I want artists to understand this, young. I want y'all to really understand this and hear it real good. You can't count money to get somewhere as in it costs to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, paying to perform or paying for tours, everyone does that. And I'm not talking about the labels have to pay for venues. Like the venues have to be locked in. You know, every venue gets rented out. I don't know if people think, oh, it's Jay-Z got to come to, or Kanye got to come to the Verizon Center, and the Verizon Center paid them all this bread. No, it does not work like that. They call up they call up these venues and they say, look, we're coming to town on such and such date. How can we lock in that venue for that date? Now, this is what your booking agents actually do and your talent buyers do. They buy the venues, they buy the locations, they book the talent for the locations, and they buy all the seats because they're going to sell these seats back. You, as the artist, don't have to know none of that stuff if you're under these things. But when you're independent, you have to know these things. You have to know if I want to do a show at this venue that holds 1,200 people or 5,000 people, I'm buying 5,000 seats at a said price so that I can sell them back at a higher price.
Your price.
You know, and your price is set on your market. Yes, you may listen, every club that I've been in has had a different standard. The bigger clubs have said, give me $500 is yours for the night. You know, the smaller clubs have said, anything you want. It's free. Just make sure the bar. Just let us have a bar.
Right.
You know, there's some clubs that say, hey, we'll give you a percentage of the bar if you do good. You know, but at the end of the day, these are things that you know when you hitting the road, when you on the grind, when you hitting the pavement. And like I said, if you don't know these things, pay people that know them, because you're not paying for. You're never paying for services. You're paying for knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Shaq, like, and that's when you are you trying to do shows and put stuff together with a bunch of artists? Are you trying to like build your portfolio up with a bunch of artists?
Build up portfolio. I'm just trying to like get like locked in somebody that's serious, because it's like
like, and the thing about it is, bro, like I tell producers that I work with, I'm like, bro, let alone do you have to have your own ASCAP and your own publishing side, right? But one thing that you definitely want to have is you want to be in position where you're actually working. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you don't want to do anything to stop that work, because if you understand, when an artist gets signed to a label and a producer is said to work with that artist, yes, the producer gets a budget. You know what I'm saying?
see, and then that's when I like kind of like just be like, do I want to do this? I don't want to do it. I don't want it to like started to become more of like a job,
a business.
Like you gotta be.
Nope.
You know,
that's why I disagree. I do, but that's why I disagree.
Because it's like, if it's because I might as well stay at my 9 to 5 then.
True.
I mean, if you really enjoy your 9 to 5, if as opposed to that, some people try and get off their 9 to 5.
Nah, like the thing about it is, if you love your 9 to 5, yes. But this is why I say that you can't look at your music like a hobby, right? Because someone is always trying to make money off of it. And that person might as well be you. You feel me? And this is like, so you ever seen an old lady who likes to knit and all day long and then hand out scarves and shit like that? And you see those people that take those said scarves and be like, shit, I'm hanging this bitch up, $20, $50. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, you can give away your talent, you know what I'm saying? And you can always share your talents with the world, But at the end of the day, someone is going to say, "Let me get your beat. Let me download your beat." And this is why I call cap on everybody that say that they do music just as a hobby. Once you put it online, it's no longer a hobby. Once you share it, it's no longer a hobby. Hobbies are done in hobby rooms, and usually you have to come over to that person's hobby room to see their hobby. Like if a man has a hobby of building little model cars and building little trains and shit, unless you go in his basement, you ain't gonna know. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's what hobbies are. Hobbies are stuff that we keep to ourselves for enjoyment, for our own personal pleasure. But the minute that you share it, then I call cap on it's a hobby.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
All right, so here we go.
Let me ask you this. Hold
Do
on, hold
you
on.
just
You still do music if you wasn't getting paid?
so yes, I will be.
Okay, that's your hobby.
But this is the thing. I was only reason I say yes, I will be is because I was doing music before I was getting paid.
Yeah.
But my thing that but me getting paid, the light didn't go off in my head when it was like, oh, I'm ready to be paid off my music. You know what I'm saying? The light bulb went off my head when I first got paid for my music. You feel me?
Yeah.
Listen, like the first time I got paid for a show, the the um the promoter, so to speak, called me the next day. Was like, "Hey, bro, where'd you go?" And I was like, "I went home. I shook some hands, and after everything was over, I went home." He said, you didn't come and get your check though." I said, "Check? I get paid for performing." You know what I'm saying? Like I drove back on that bitch the next morning and got that check. You feel me? I'm like, "Oh, I get paid for performing? What the fuck?" You feel me? I never knew that. You feel me? I was just like, I was always one of those people like, oh, you perform, someone sees you, someone signs you, and you get on. Because mind you, I would do music if I wasn't getting paid because I love doing music, but the goal has always been to sign a deal. Because you understand that's how you take care of your family. I mean, like ask a NBA player, like, would he still be playing basketball if he didn't get to the NBA? Why, hell yeah. He'd be still on the motherfucking park playing pickup games, still trying to dunk on niggas. And if somebody picked him up to be on one of them little and one or semi-pro teams to pick up a little dime and said, "Nigga, I pay you $100 a game," he would be like, "Hell yeah, I'm still living." You know what I'm saying? So, and if he's smart and realizes, shit, I play a game a day. I'm getting $100 a game. I'm making $3,000 a month. What would be wrong with him to say, I don't want to work. I just want to focus on my body and making sure I'm in shape and ready to play basketball when I got a game. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's still his profession now. It may not be NBA level, but now he's turned his hobby and his dream into still a job. And he's still living off of it. So, yeah, like when I realized that I was grown, you know what I'm saying? And because I had to get that little lapse in my head where that snot went off like, damn, dog, you're making no money and you're going out to shows every night. And at that point, listen, at that point when you're making no money, you stand at the show, you don't even take your jacket off. The broke artists, they perform in their coat. When you broke, you perform in your jacket. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to go afterwards. You ain't got no money for no drinks. You barely had $10 to get in, and you don't want your body to adjust in temperature because you use your last little bit of gas money, and you can't ride with the AC on or the heat on. You feel me? So that's how it happens when you starve art, right? So now, like when you start making a little bit of moves and shit like that, and you realize, oh shit, I can get a drink in the club. Are you gonna tell me that you're gonna say, oh no? You're not where you came from. You always gonna remember that. You know what I'm saying? And you work for that shit. You work for that status. So it's like that's why I say, nah. Like once you start putting it out there, you're asking for the world's you're asking for the world's opinion, and you're asking for the world to become a consumer, because that's all the world does is consume what we put out there. Mm-hmm. So when you doing that, you gotta go hard. You gotta go ham. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, damn, like, okay, remember, like I said, I was making $1.11. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm bringing in like 1,800, 2,500. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? That's good. That's good on my level, because shit, my rent ain't even that high. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's like 2 months of rent. You know what I'm saying? I got my own damn house. But like I said, the snap for me was when you realize that, damn, like I said, you know, Shad, like I was a year ago, I'm in my mother-in-law basement. You know what I'm saying? A year ago, in my mother-in-law basement. And no, I was not working, and I did not know anything. You know what I'm saying? But I took that last summer. And this is before COVID, and I read the business of music, and it was not even a 6-month turnaround. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even a 6-month turnaround, and like I was going shit was going so crazy and so fast and so good. Then COVID happened, and I had to mentally think, damn, what does this mean? What does this mean? You know what I'm saying? Because I too had this reshuffle, because now, like, music is now my job. Hitting shows every night is my job. You know what I'm saying? That's how I get paid off my ass cap. You know what I'm saying? Running my streams up is my job. You know what I'm saying? That's how I get paid. My ass cap, my distribution, and things like that. Making sure I get placements and things like that is my job. You know what I'm saying? So now, when those things are no longer happening, and mind you, my whole life changed, because like I said, like, once shit started really happening, I was like, yo, let's get a house. Let's make sure all the kids get their own room. I just need a studio. You know what I'm saying? Like, just going crazy. You feel me? And niggas got cars. Niggas got house. Niggas was just doing everything. You feel me? So it's like, all right, what we gonna do now? Where we gonna go now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now I'm like, all right, my purpose now during COVID is because I see a lot of artists, mainly females, but everyone is doing a lot of things that is not artist shit. No one is focusing on being an artist anymore.
Yeah.
And the one last hope that they had died Saturday when all those artists got taken down off DistroKid. And artists, re-upload your shit, man. Use your same information, re-upload it and stuff like that. And if you need some help on how to get that stuff back up, inbox me. I ain't gonna tell you on here too much, but God is good, young. Don't be distressed and turned away. Like, and Shaq, nah, like, it's not a hobby. It's not a hobby no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing about it is, you're conditioned because you're comfortable. And that's,
I've been doing this all my life, bro.
like, what's crazy is, you know how many people miss their calling because of comfort.
Yeah, but my thing that's holding me back is like being a perfectionist.
Yeah,
bruh.
It's like good enough.
Bruh, listen, like,
let that go. That's
like,
what
let me tell you something. Like, I don't know your perfectionist level, right? Yeah. But I am a huge perfectionist. I'm so much of a perfectionist that, like, I kind of see things that make things better, and I'm like, oh my god! Like, even doing this show right now, I'm like still like moving the light around,
right?
You know, like, it's like, bruh, that level. But what I realize is this, and this right here is what clicked in my head, and maybe it'll help you understand something. As a perfectionist, perfection has never been reached by no one. So we don't know what perfection looks like. And it's our level of perfection is not someone else's perception of perfection. You feel me? So this track that you may feel like, I don't know yet, maybe the track that somebody is like, perfecto. exactly what I was feeling.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's your job as the artist, it's your job as the creator. You know what I'm saying? To just create. Like, honestly, let's just not spiritual, not going spiritual at all. But I gotta use a spiritual comment. The most biggest perfectionist is God. You know what I'm saying? He's the biggest perfectionist.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we have so many different animals, so many different species of people, so many different races, so many different languages, because he was spending so much time trying to figure out how can it be perfect. It wasn't perfect with just black people. You know, Adam and Eve messed up. They were black, obviously, because of listen, a white man, would have been like, bitch, did you get that from the fucking middle of the tree? I know that looked like the middle of the tree jump. No. Put that back. He said, no, thou cannot eat anything. You know what I'm saying? But you know they were black because a nigga was like, dinner. That's what I'm talking about. I just had a nap too. Dinner. Good shit. Good shit, girl. Smacked on her naked ass and ate his apple and then saw she was naked. That was like, God was like, oh no. You know what I'm saying? That was the first time he saw something wild and vivid. He's like, what are they doing? What are they doing? No, they're not perfect. I need to make some white people. let me make some white people to see if they get this shit right. You know what I'm saying? And then the white people started making us slaves, and niggas said, fuck this shit. Nigga, let's make some Chinese people. Let me make some Spanish people. Like, shit, I'm gonna figure this shit out because none of this shit is perfect. So,
good theory. That shit is hilarious.
That's the biggest perfectionist there is. But he just threw that shit, just threw it out there though, young. You gotta just throw it out there. Cause guess what, young? Somebody loves the shit out of a horse. I wouldn't get on one, but somebody loves the shit out of horses. And somebody loves dogs. I won't want one of them motherfuckers running around my house. But people love them. They, you know what I'm saying? So we don't know. We don't know what perfect is.
Yeah.
We don't.
That's,
we just lit.
You got a great point though.
We just lit. We just gotta we just gotta do our job as creators, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
This year, bro.
Good story though.
This year dropped, bro. Like I'm telling everybody, like, bro, like, as a producer, bro, you gotta go out and get the artists that you know need production. You know what I'm saying? Put projects together with people. Like, and don't think about it like I'm just doing, even if you are doing it as a hobby, still build your catalog. You know what I'm saying? Because even if those artists are going out and performing, you still want to register everything you get out because shit, one day you may wake up with a $10,000 check in your account. Let me tell you, did you hear about the producer who had retired from production, pretty much giving up and said he'd never do any music again? Him and his wife, they were married for almost 30 years. And he was, of course, like 60-something years old. One day, he was sitting in his house and he got a check from ASCAP. It was for $2,500, right? He called his wife and he said, let's plan a trip. They took a trip. He spent the whole $2,500. While him and his wife was on the cruise, he got another ping in his account for $10,000. He got back and investigated where did this $1,200 come from, right? It come from ASCAP. One of his songs that he had published years ago, someone had heard it and put it in the commercial. Now that commercial was running all over the UK. And he didn't even know it. He had given up. He was retired, just chilling, cool. And now he's taking cruises and traveling the world with his wife. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoying the life. Mm-hmm. And that too can be you one day. So yep. We are at that mark. I gotta tell y'all, it's at that time where we do my Huffington Post, y'all. And I am smoking on jet fuel today. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I am very high. I'm also had another strain called what did he say it was? Strawberry gelato was last week. never mind. I can't think of the name right now, right? But long story short, Shock Lotto. That's what it was. Shock Lotto. That shit was putting me to sleep, y'all. But let me tell y'all, I got some stuff. And it was huff.
From where?
I'm gonna have to tell y'all one thing for certain and three things for sure. When you come down here to Atlanta, bring your own stuff. My neighbor, I hope he ain't listening, y'all. My neighbor, he took me around to Riverdale, and that shit was horrible. Let me tell you, anytime your man hops in the car and smells the bag,
Yeah.
and say, he lying. He lying his ass off. I said, roll that shit up, cuz. We get back, we coolin', we smoking, we listening to his new project, and I'm just sitting there like, this what your man gave? I'm like, bruh, I ain't gonna hold you, bruh. We got to go get some real good weed. He said, I can get you whatever you want. I said, no, you can't. Your man in Riverdale, y'all are on notice. Now, Georgia, I expect somebody down here to chime in and tell me where the good stuff is. They tell me there's a good guy that delivers here in Atlanta, and I need to get that information. Somebody please hook a brother up. I mean, my car's down, y'all. My car ignition. So let me tell y'all what happened with my car this week. And I think I got a few minutes to tell y'all this story, right? I walk out and my car somehow would not start up. Right? So I immediately called roadside assistance, have it towed to the shop. They tell me my ignition switch broke. Now, I don't know. All I do is rev it up and go. But my ignition switch is broke. I said, I don't know what you're talking about, sir. What does that mean? He said, well, in your car, you got a little transponder thing, and it has like an electrical surge or something, and you have to get the whole thing replaced, the ignition switch replaced, and a new transponder. I say, bruh, how much that gonna cost me? He said about $500. I say, fuck. So I'm stuck dealing with Riverdale. It's been bad all week.
And it ain't no rentals out there either.
It's nothing
Probably
out here.
Today.
It's nothing out here. So then I go to get my car today. The goddamn guy tells me, nope, it's the key. The key is dead. You need a whole new key. We got to call a locksmith in the dealership to create a new key for your car. I said, you motherfucker.
You got a newer car? Model?
Yeah, it's a Chrysler 300. It's nothing too new. You know, something.
Oh, fuck with new cars.
Man, so I'm sitting there like, the first thing I tell her, I said, let's just go ahead and I wanted to sell it and trade it. But she's like, no, fuck that. We just paid it off. We good. Let it stay. We're good now. So now I'm like, I'm confined to the weed in this area until I get my car back. So I'm pretty sure next week I'm gonna have more tales of the huff because I only get Riverdale, Jonesboro, Fayetteville. Huff, 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 huff. You know what I'm saying? But when I go up into the city, it's pretty good. So, Shock the Music Man.
Thank you.
You on mute. Shock the Music Man, thanks for coming through, my brother.
Thanks for having me.
Nah, man, tell them where to find you at. Tell them what you're working on and tell them where to get you and all that good stuff.
Working on some, I don't know, man. I figure something out. But, follow me. Shaq made the beat. That's it.
Gotcha.
Jezebel, you got any more trips planned?
Right now, nah, I think I'm quarantining, just so that I don't get anybody else, because I'm good. But I don't know who got a weak immune system, so I'm gonna sit my ass in the house.
So I know you don't. I know you haven't been to a We the Party event in a break.
Well, are you trying to start some shit?
No, They invited me to the Gucci thing here on the 17th. I might go to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I might go to that.
All right.
So,
Well, that might be nice. Yeah, nah, you all right now.
You know, I haven't been out in a brick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that would probably be a good thing to pop out on as my first thing to pop out on in the brick. But if I don't go to that, then you know what I'll be doing. Nothing and cooling. I am planning on dropping a new project real soon, a new single.
Okay.
Put me on that project.
Huh?
Put me on that project.
It's shot. Look, bro, you ain't saying nothing but a word, cuz. You ain't saying nothing but a word. But other than that, man, I've been still cutting up on Facebook.
Okay.
I died down a little bit since I had to dead that beef a little bit. And I don't want to say it was a beef, but I had to dead it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was making me look lesser than.
Well, how did you dead it?
I just unfollowed them. I just unfollowed them. Because I was understanding that for me it was just not worth it. I want to start doing things in 2021 that are worth it. You know? And I want to start. I'm gonna be doing a lot of, like I said, a lot of bragging this year, and not really like bragging like, "Ooh, look at me, I got this." But when I do something major, I'm gonna let everybody know, you know, and I'm not gonna keep on keeping my secrets, keeping my good things a secret. So our first show of 2021.
Happy New Year!
Yes, and at this time, y'all know what I say, and I'm not gonna change it yet. You should have been flicked off them roaches and put out them ashes, put them down in the ashtray, and rolled up the next one. I know I have. See y'all next week. And we out.
Bye.
Shaq, Jezebel, we
Success.
out.